Hi there and welcome to WB Fine Woodworking. I'm Don. As you can see, I'm finally installing the last of these window racks for my tools. I installed the other two and I decided to go ahead and install the third one. This is the shop update for WB Fine Woodworking for March 19th, 2019. It's really great now that I have all three of these up. Yes, I need to put the latch on this one that I just put up a few minutes ago, but everything is ready to go. Now I need to start making the tool hangers to go on it. This one I moved over from here, put it down there for now. I'm not sure how many of these tool holders will hang up here between the two windows, and if and how many of them will switch over to the windows. I also need to get busy making some tool holders for all the things that I have that are not up here. But as things go, I'm really pleased with all of this. Now that I have all three of the tool racks installed, I'll be releasing the videos on them. I plan to produce 3 videos on this tool rack project. The first will be an inspiration video. Where did I come up with the idea? Why do I have windows in my shop too? Might be part of that. I know some of you do have windows in your shop. Some of you didn't have a choice, they're there. I had these put in on purpose, but I didn't realize at the time how much they were going to take up my wall space, and so I'm solving that now. But a little bit of the inspiration behind this, why I did this particular project. The second video will be a detailed up-close look at these. How are they made? How do they work? And the third video will be, how did I make them? It'll be the construction. How were these made? That'll go into quite a bit of detail. I just finished the footage on that particular video a few minutes ago when I was making this third rack. So that's what I'm planning to do. The first video will come out this week, before the end of the week. It's almost done as far as editing is concerned. So that will be ready. The second one will come out probably next week, and probably the construction one will come out next week as well. Among the tools that I need to hang is, of course, this wood carver's mallet that I turned on my lathe a few months back. I don't even have my marking knife up there yet. I have this Shinto rasp, and if you don't have one of these are really a great tool. I should do a video on those. And even things like my mini square from woodpeckers. Those are things that I need to make tool holders for the racks. I also have already started a tool rack to go up on here for my chisels, and I'll be sharing that with you in a few moments. I was at a store recently that we have here in Southern California called Hobby Lobby. I think some of you in other parts of the United States have them as well. And I picked up a couple of signs that I thought were really appropriate for the shop. This is the first one. And then I thought this was very appropriate as well. Something I used to tell my students all the time when I was a teacher. So those will go up above the windows over there in the shop. They'll be there sort of as an inspiration for me, and something that other people can see when they come into the shop. Now that I have the tool racks and the windows, I need to get busy on making some tool holders to go up there. So this week, while finish was drying on the tool rack that I was finishing up this week, I pulled out my Irwin chisels, and yes, these aren't the greatest, but they're a good set. I enjoy them. And they've been in this box. It's a really nicely made box, but they've been sitting in this box over in a drawer on the other side of the garage area of the shop. And every time I needed to use them, I had to go over there, get the box, bring it over here, put it someplace. So I need them hanging above where the workbench is going to go. So I found some scrap cherry that I had, and I'm making a tool hanger for the chisels. I actually found an article in this old Woodsmith magazine. I'm not making the exact copy of this, but I'm using that as sort of an inspiration. So that'll be a video that will be coming out pretty soon. I've been concentrating most of my time on the window tool racks, but I have gotten to the workbench a little bit. I managed to cut the end chop after talking with Lee Valley a little bit and making sure that I was making it the right size. I cut the end chop off of the rail that will go in front of the bench top, and this will be the part of the chop that will be on the tail vise. And then the other thing I'm working on with them is the chop that's going to go on the twin screw vise, making sure that I'm making it wide enough. I'm going to have to add some to this section. But the twin screw vise will end up about 32 inches long. It'll be 24 on center as far as the twin screws, but the whole vise itself will be about 32 inches long. So I've marked that out here on this now, and I'm not sure if I'm going to cut the chop out and attach that separately and then attach this part of the rail separately, or whether I'm going to try to drill the holes in this the way it is. I need to work on that. In fact, one of the things I need to do is to get a friend over here and help me fix my drill press so that I can use it to drill the holes. Another thing I've been working with Lee Valley is to get a set of these twin screw vise nuts that go onto the main screw. Yes, the set comes with the vise, but what I want is an extra set. One of the problems that people report with that particular vise and any other twin screw vise is that the front of the vise sags a little bit or drops down a little bit when it's fully extended. And I'm thinking that I can use an extra set of these nuts to go on to the back of the screw, and that will help prevent that dropping or sagging on that particular vise. So this is something that I'm working on with Lee Valley. The extra parts are on the way, and I'm going to incorporate that into my vise and see if that helps to solve the problem. If it does, it'll be one of those things that those of you that want to get a Lee Valley twin screw vise in the future, or if you have one, it might be a solution to that problem on your twin screw vise too. Something I've been using on the tool racks is a glue bot. Now, I know some of you have these and they've been around for years. In fact, I had one sitting in a box. I probably bought it 10 years ago or maybe even longer. And I'm going to be doing a short video on these glue bots because they're very handy. I've been using, instead of using one of these, I've just been using the glue bottle. But I found that that's a hassle sometimes. So I'm going to be including a video coming up pretty soon on these glue bots and how useful they are in the shop. As you can see, I have been busy out here, but I haven't been getting out here as much as I'd like. I've been getting out here probably 2 to 3 days a week. And then on the other days, I have a lot of other things that we're still doing outside of home. This weekend, we have one of our biggest dog shows of the whole year coming up, and that will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Pam and I will be up there Thursday to set up our area that we're going to keep the dogs in and help set up the ring for the club. So this is a busy time of year for dog shows, and we've been having a lot of fun with that. Our girl has been doing really well, and our boy, Keiko's, has now finished his bronze level of Grand Championship. And we're very proud of that. That's something that is fairly new in AKC events. And we're real excited that he's been able to achieve that. And the judges really have liked him along the way. So that's something that we do outside of the shop. And it keeps us busy. Well, if you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up down below. Well, that'll do it for this shop update. We've picked up some new subscribers recently, and so those of you that are coming recently, thank you very much and welcome. I am working on improving the production of the videos as much as I can. One of the things I'd love to do is improve the quality of this lavalier mic and get rid of this cord that I'm tethered to the camera with, but that will be a while. I did improve the voiceover, and that microphone's working out really well, and I thank those of you that gave me some input on what setting was best to use for that particular microphone. Thank you all very much for watching. Over here, there are a couple of videos that you can watch if you haven't watched those already. And those of you that haven't already subscribed to our channel, you can just click on the logo here that's behind me, and that'll subscribe you to our channel. Thank you again very much. I greatly appreciate your viewing.